Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Bernadette Desir. I am the solo host and founder of the Unleashing Potentials podcast. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my playground. Welcome to what I'm passionate about, essentially. And if you're new to the podcast community, a very warm welcome. Whether you're watching this video on Facebook, on YouTube, or other platforms, welcome, welcome. I am happy you're here. You are and good hands because here we have fun and I enjoy so much talking to guests from all over the world from different professions. So welcome. So it has been on my heart, for a while to talk about mental health and to go to different aspects and categories of it because I live with mental health and I've thought about this for a long time. Obviously, it took me a while to be able to share, but how am I going to share when something is so big, when it's so massive, when it's so common, when it's so misunderstood, when there's still studies that are being done about it, especially schizophrenia, right? So that's why I'm choosing to break it down for you guys because that's kind of how I digest information. Take and leave what works for you and share this with someone you know, someone who knows someone you know, who may know someone you know. Just share it. All right. Share it and let's spread the love. Let's encourage each other and let's continue to empower each other. All right. And yeah, so I'll be talking about schizophrenia first because I think it's very misunderstood. Okay. So throughout different parts series that I'm going to be doing, focusing on mental health, I'll be talking about many different categories. Okay. I'll give you examples as I go along. So you can see that mental health does not discriminate. It can impact anybody from anywhere, from all walks of life. All right. And yeah. All right, you guys. Let's see where I need to start here. So in this specific video, here's what I'm going to be doing. Here's what I'm going to be talking about. All right. So in this video, I'm going to be try to shatter the stigma that is tied to specifically schizophrenia. And I'm going to be debunking some myths about schizophrenia. Okay? Because yeah, there's so many myths, so many misconceptions, so many stereotypes, and it's a lot to unpack, okay? And what better person to unpack it than someone who has experienced everything relating to schizophrenia, okay? So here are a few key things I'm going to be focusing on in this video, okay? I'm going to be talking about, what is the difference between schizophrenia and multi-personality disorders. If I'm looking where I'm looking at my notes, and why people with schizophrenia are more likely to be victims instead of perpetrators. Okay, perpetrators of violence. Okay, and how individuals living with schizophrenia can have a meaningful life. They can have meaningful careers and meaningful relationships, and they can live a life full of joy, full of happiness, and full of knowing. All right. And also, how the role of intervention, early intervention, okay, how it can help, and the different types of treatments, community supports, recovery, what that looks like. All right. What else? And I'm also gonna touch on how the media portrait people with schizophrenia, because they make it very hard for us folks, don't they? Hollywood. So those are a few key things I'm going to be talking about, okay? And in doing this, it's really not to get attention because I could care less what people think, okay? I am doing this because I feel that it's part of my soul calling. There's a reason I've been through all the crap I've been through. There's a reason I've lived with all the diseases I'm continuing to live with. And there's a specific reason why I'm schizophrenic. Okay. So, yes. Okay. So before I break it down for you guys, I want to welcome you into my world just a little bit. Okay, I'm not gonna spill all of it out. I'm gonna share different chunks of my story so I can apply it to what I'm about to share. Okay, remember in this video, I'm debunking myths. Okay, and I'm also covering some stuff relating to schizophrenia. Okay, for me, my story started, maybe it started as soon as I was born, who knows? Um, but it started a long time ago. It feels like a long time ago now. Was it 2015? All right. I was going to school. I was taking 4 or 5 classes, at university, which is quite a bit, taking care of a toddler at the time. And I had 2 jobs, 2 or 3 jobs at one point. Okay. And it was hard, it was stressful, and the demand of society, the schools, the expectations, the pressure, and it was a lot. I think I cracked under that pressure, and I think many of us have cracked under pressure, and it impacts our mental health and well-being. Okay. Between doing all those things, it was very difficult for me. And with no support as well, that was hard. And my symptoms, let me get into them, okay? Because I don't want to tell you everything and then you don't watch the rest of the video. Okay, so my symptoms, they started while going to school. How it started was my ears, they started to ring, okay? It was a very loud pitch ringing. I hear that dogs have really good sense of smell and hearing. Lots of animals do. But that one was so loud. It's like someone cranked something up and it was very, very loud. It was in both ears, okay? And then over time, I started to get vertigo, you guys. For those who don't know what vertigo is, go look it up. I only know enough about it to tell you enough about it, okay? Vertigo, it impacts your balance. I think if it gets really bad, they hospitalize people. Okay, I was hospitalized for it as well. And it's possible that the symptoms that were developing in the early phase of my mental health might have contributed to having vertigo. Okay. Vertigo. Let's say you're walking straight and it's a flat surface. You take a step, feels like you're putting your feet in a hole, or it impacts your balance, your environment. It feels like everything is spinning, stopping spinning. Yeah, it's not a pleasant feeling to have for those, who have lived and experienced what vertigo is like. Okay. And that's how it started. And then over time, I started to hear whispers in both of my ears. Okay. And I'm like, I was living with people at the time. Like, who did someone call me? What is going on? It was both ears. Okay. And then I just ignore it. Okay. Just like most of you, when your body signals you, when your body's communicating with you, you just ignore it. You're like, so what? It's just a migraine, it will pass. It's just a stomach ache, it will pass. Oh, it's just a toothache. I felt it the other day, it shall pass. Okay? I did the same thing. I'm human. Okay, I just ignored it. And it got worse and worse and worse. Like it was like a sudden crash. I had no time to understand what the heck was happening to me. No time to Google it because it just kept happening at a very rapid speed and rate. Okay. And yeah, so I booked an appointment at a clinic where I was going to school. And I'm like, hey, doc, this is what's happening. My ears are ringing. I'm hearing whispers. I think I heard my name being called. I feel like I'm falling, like the vertigo thing. So I explain all the symptoms, okay? Paranoia. What else? Yeah, all of those. And right away, he knew what was happening, and I was put on medication for that. That subsided only probably for 2, 3 days, okay? And it violently picked up again, you guys, when it started. Um, yeah, I ended up having to drop everything. I mean, everything, everything. Okay. I called my work. Like I can't. Like loud noises were scaring me when it first started. I'm like I don't think I can come to work anymore. I had a doctor's note to say what's been happening. They had an idea of what was happening. It was psychosis, they call it, early psychosis. That's the name for it they used at the time. And like I had to completely stop everything. It's like you see the background where the earth is spinning. It's that was my world. And then suddenly it stopped. There was no light, just darkness, just grief, just paranoia, um, just fear, grief, all of it, all the dark, dense, intense emotions that we human experience. That's what I was experiencing essentially. So everything stopped. And I was living with a friend at the time. Luckily, they still are amazing people, incredible friends. They helped me the best way that they could. I'm still grateful to them up to this day. All right. When people have shown you love that you've never tasted or seen before, it's a heart kind of love. If they're watching this, I'm sending love to them. It's a heart kind of love that resonates, that stays with you, that transforms you, that changes you. I am a fool for that kind of love, radical love. I love it. And that's what I aim to exude and pass on to you guys. All right. And yeah. And that's when I went to the hospital and medication and all of it. They started to try different things for me. Okay. And yeah, it was terrifying. Why am I telling you this? Why not? Why the heck not? I am exhausted and done of giving a hoot what you people think. I mean that in the most loving way. Okay? What people think of what based on a label I have, therefore that's who I am. No, not really. That's not who I am. And I'm also doing this because when I was at in the thick of the storm, my gosh, had I hoped, I prayed that many people would have extended their hand like this to me and pulled me out, hand me something to grab. You know, when you're in the ocean, if you can't swim, no life jacket, they toss you something. And I didn't always get that. Okay, I didn't. And I'm speaking from my soul to other people's souls. Whether you've experienced this for yourself, whether you're a caretaker, caregiver, loved ones, family member, whatever your role is, if you're working or have worked with anyone with mental health, specifically schizophrenia, my gosh, I love you. I don't know your name. I don't know your story. I don't know your background. I don't care. I just love you because you are brave enough to step up, to take charge, to see past this mask that we all have in society. You are my hero. You are someone else's hero. Maybe they've never expressed to you how you have freaking changed your lives, but believe it, you have. All right, you have. And it can be exhausting to the bones. It's hard, especially having anybody sick, family members sick. All right, so I'm taking this minute to not only breathe uh, gratitude, to not only express how beautiful, how exuberant, how magnificent, how powerful and comforting healing can be. and how painful it can be. It can be so painful. So thank you. Thank you to doctors from everywhere around the world. Thank you. Uh, Thank you to nurses around the world. Thank you to volunteers around the world. And thank you to workers, first responders around the world. Thank you. Thank you here at home in Canada, here at home in Calgary, in Alberta, where I am. Thank you. Because I don't think, first responders, they don't always get the credit and the respect, um, the love, the gratitude, and the appreciation that, sorry, my phone, the appreciation that they need. It's not looking to be worshiped, glorified. It's just to see and say, just to witness the power of action, the power of our hearts caring, saving, and helping. So thank you. Thank you to all my doctors. I hope they'll eventually watch this, you guys. They know I have a podcast, and my psychiatrist, yeah, he's helped me so much, so much, and he's so proud of me. He's not patting me on the back for the wrong reasons. He is so proud. And that's all I need sometimes to say, oh my gosh, you're living with this, and this is what you're making of it. Congratulations. That's what I've gotten. And it feels good to know that someone else sees my scars. And I'm choosing to see your scars. I've always known all of us have scars. All of us. All right. And it's a choice to see it. It's a choice to pause. It's a choice to reflect. And I'm making that choice by myself. No one is influencing me, meaning, my ego. I'm speaking from my heart, from my soul. If I was speaking from my ego, you'd know. You'd know. So that's that. So thank you. So that's a little bit of my story, relating to schizophrenia. Here's why I want to tell you all of it, because I have some myths here I'm looking at. I want to break down for you guys. Okay. That's it. Do I look schizophrenic to you guys? No. I've been told I don't, because I dress, I speak. I don't know. I'm just living my life. So place any label you may, whatever makes your heart happy. Okay, let's get started. I'm having too much fun with this. It should not be allowed to have that much fun. Okay. So myth number one. Schizophrenia means having a split personality. Yeah. Yes and no. Okay. From my experience, I don't. Well, I don't think I do. I don't. Okay. Um, I'm the same person I was. And what has changed would be my filters. My walls are down, you guys. Meaning, my walls when it comes to me sharing my trials, my triumphs, that's gone. If it wasn't gone, you wouldn't see purple and then all those beautiful colors. It's gone, right? So it is different. And yes, it involves some of the similar symptoms. Is it those exact symptoms? No, it's not. And I know, okay, so this dissociative identity disorder, which is formerly known as multiple personality disorder, okay? And it's a bit different. Okay, here's what schizophrenia involves, okay? The thought process is different. The perception is different. How people respond is different. Social interactions are different, but not multiple personalities. No, none of those happen. From my experience, at least, I'm not speaking for everybody because we all experience it differently. Okay, so from my experience, it's very different. Um, I've experienced how my thoughts, how I'm processing. There was a time, very long time ago, when I just did not talk. Is it because I couldn't speak? No, because by the time I process everything to get it out of my mouth, that is a lot of headaches and migraines, and my thoughts were like popcorn everywhere. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna catch that thought and spill it out and let it happen. So it took me a long time. It's something I had to master, work on. It sounds like I never talked my whole life, but I did. But how I process information was different. Okay, so the thought process is different. And also, perception is very different. I can tell you that. Okay. Um, Perception for me changed. Oh, geez. I thought I was, someone was always after me, and everything was just gonna explode, or things. It's just the idea that something bad was always gonna happen when it never did. Never did. Okay. And social interactions, they do change. Okay. From my experience, maybe for you, they did. I'm not sure. Um, Took me a while. Up to this state, I struggle to make friends. Sometimes I'm too direct. Sometimes I'm not direct enough. Sometimes my emotions, they can be flatline. I'm smiling, but I'm trying to express how I'm feeling. It's not coming across like I'm trying to express it. So it can be frustrating. All right. So that's myth number one. Let's go to number two. Otherwise, I'll never finish this video. I gotta go soon. Okay. Myth number two. Oh, this one. I love that one and I hate that one. You ready? People with schizophrenia are dangerous. They're dangerous to themselves, to society. Yes and no. Yes and no. Okay. A big chunk of people with with schizophrenia, they're not violent people at all. They're not at all. In fact, people with schizophrenia are more likely to be victim than those people who are doing the violent crap. But I know that Hollywood media, social media, the news, I'm like, fucking stop. It is too much sometimes. Yes, there are those with what I'm diagnosed with, schizophrenia. Their symptoms are out of control. They do commit crime. But because one out of however many people with that disease commit a crime, do we punish everyone with it? Everybody? Do you guys see where I'm coming from with this? Do we punish everybody with it? Is, Let me re-ask this again. Just because one person with this very terrifying disease commits a crime, does that mean you punish everyone with the very same disease? Are all those people the same? Have they walked the same path? Have they experienced the same traumas, abuse? Have they? No. So why do it? Don't do it. Is it like I tell people, think with your heart. The minute you put the ego, I'm out. I'm not listening to anybody with the ego. Think with that. All right. So stop it, Hollywood. So it does happen. It does happen. Okay. I'm not denying that it doesn't. I just give you examples that it does. All right. So here's when there can be violence, I believe, with people with schizophrenia, okay, is when there's alcohol involved, drugs involved, and is when they're resisting the illness. They know they have it, they refuse to get help. So it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. That's it. That's when it gets worse, okay? So get help, please, if you need help. I've been talking more about help for people to stop shaming people for getting help. An example I gave on a video I recently did is if someone fell, they heard a pop and it's their ankle or their knees. Where do they go? Oh my gosh, emerge, get it fixed, get it fixed. Why is it? I mean, our mind is not broken. It's beautiful. And it's okay. It should be okay for people to get help. So don't shame people for getting help. Don't tell us to get help and then we get help. You're like, oh, you're whack. You're crazy. I hate the word psycho. I do not like that word. And I know people who use that word, they use it without understanding the impact of it, the intention of it, and the how it penetrates to someone's soul and heart. All right. So language for sure. All right. Myth number three. I think I'm in number three. Yeah. Number three. Schizophrenia is caused by bad parenting. It doesn't. Schizophrenia is a very complex, I mean, very complex disease. There's still studies being done. Maybe you'll find out in another few thousand years if you reincarnate like I have here, right? There's lots of studies that's being done, but it has nothing to do with bad parenting. Can it be impacted by that? Can some of the trauma kind of branch into it? Absolutely, it can. But to say that, oh, my parents were bad parents, that's why I have schizophrenia, how dumb does that sound? All right. So it's very complex. Here are some key things that it can involve, a combination of them. Can be genetics, can be biological, can be environmental factors. Can you believe that the environment can impact your mental health? Yes, it can. Here's what I mean by environmental factors, okay? Very loud place, music, drugs, and smoke, whatever else, okay? And also, parenting styles does not cause schizophrenia, okay? It doesn't, absolutely doesn't, okay? But for me, let me branch off in my situation here. But for me, um, I'm just learning that my dad passed in 2010. I'm learning that he might have had bipolar. All right, so that's where genetic comes in. Okay, because no, that I don't know anyone in my family that has that disease. All the ones I have, I'm in my PhD and I've collected all of it, you guys. All right, so yeah, it's not by bad parenting. Oh, this is also another good one I want to branch off. Okay, I'm a mother, I'm a parent. I parent my kids, and people with schizophrenia, they are freaking awesome. They can live life just like you are. All right. Just so that toss that out. We are so capable. So stop shrinking us into your boxes. All right. And number four, myth number four. People with schizophrenia cannot recover or lead productive lives. That's a lie. Of course we can. You're looking at me. You're looking at many freaking miracles. Many. All right. I am here as proof, as an experiencer of symptom, all of the symptoms. Okay. I'm free of my symptoms now. I still get a bit detached. At times I have to pause if I'm looking up. I don't know, I'm collecting my thoughts. And yeah, we can do stuff. We can do some pretty epic shit, people with schizophrenia. So, yeah, don't shrink us. Just watch us. All right. And with treatment, with medication, with therapy, social support, many people can lead a fulfilling life. I am, and you are, and you can. Let's say you're watching this. You're in the thick of the storm. I'm letting you, there is light at the end of it. At the end of the tunnel, there is light. All right, so you can do this. And we can live. We can live just like you. We can. We can recover. We are hope. We are here to serve. We're here for a reason. People with schizophrenia. All right. Another myth. Number five. Schizophrenia is rare. my family, it is for sure. All right, so 1 in 100 people worldwide are impacted by schizophrenia. So it's not as rare as some of you may think. There are lots of people who haven't been diagnosed and they don't understand what supports to get. All right. Another one, myth number 6, people with schizophrenia always have hallucinations and delusions. Yes and no. You gotta know where to put those check marks, bro. You guys, you do, okay? I had all of those. Do I still have them? No, because I did the work. I did, and it was very hard. It was so painful, very painful. Okay. I didn't have those. I don't have them anymore because I'm still on meds. I stay on it. I do, and I listen to my doctors. I ask for help. I advocate for myself. I speak up and I take breaks. I pull back if I need to stop, and I don't overwhelm my system. Okay, not only my system as in my mind, but also my body. Okay, I have done the work, and I know you've done the work also. And there's much more work that needs to be done. All right. And yeah, it can lead to lots of stuff. Social withdrawal. Have I withdrawal? Heck yes, I do it all the time. Is it intentional? No, because I need to step back sometimes. And cognitive difficulties. It may look like I'm not nervous. I am not nervous, actually. I am so numb that I'm not nervous. Okay. Is that I'm processing what I'm trying to say to you. That's why I have notes to look at to also tell you what I'm trying to say. Once I see one word, I can write a whole book. That's all it takes. All right. And myths number 7, medication is the only treatment. No, 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 it's not. Why? Because it's not. Okay. It's just not. Even doctors now, they're recommending many different branches of therapy. Okay. There's so many of it. There's holistic therapy, spiritual therapy, CBT, a bunch of other T's and things that I don't know. And there is the work. Medication is part of the treatment. I'm going to put it that way. Does it work? Yes. With some consequences, with some side effects, but it does work. All right. And yeah, there's therapy, there's community support, and I've done that as well. Alberta is fantastic for that. Let's say you just moved here, you're watching this, you're like, oh my gosh, this is good. What is she talking about? Go, I don't know. Call 211. Also go on even Google will guide you. I've been plugged to the Schizophrenia Society of Alberta. They have groups, they have support, they have everything you can imagine there. And also within the hospital, the health system, there's lots of help and resources for people, not only with schizophrenia, but people with mental health and other diseases that they're fighting. All right. And there's, like I've mentioned, there's holistic practices. Okay. I've done different branches of holistic practices. Took me a very long time, okay? My number one is meditation. Did I like at the time when I first started, I had headphones on for someone to be talking inside my ears, my brain? No, I did not like that. It took me some time to get used to it. And does it ever work? I am more calm. I'm focused. It's like getting brand new glasses. I can see. I can see. All right. So yeah, there's hope. There's treatment. And myth number 8, as I wrap up this video, is that people with schizophrenia cannot work. I don't know where people are getting their information to just assume that we cannot work. Oh my gosh. I am working and I love it. I do my podcast for fun. It's free and I'm loving it. I paint, I sing. If anything, we can do more than you expect. All right. And I know there are so many organizations, so many companies, so many communities, so many of them that have given a voice to people with mental health diagnosis and also to schizophrenia. They have believed in us, and we appreciate that of them and about them, and also for what they stand for and the impact that they're making. All right. Yes, we can work. Give us the tools, we'll do it. We'll get it done. All right. And we can work. It may take a bit longer. We may need more support. We may need more gentleness, more kindness, more of everything that you are offering us. But once we know it, we will pursue, we will deliver and get it done. All right. So I want to wrap up this video, you guys, because I have other stuff that will be coming out of different myths and about other things relating to schizophrenia. All right. And I want to thank you if you've gotten this far to this. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of my journey. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your journey. Thank you for being witness of my scars. I am showing them. I hope you can proudly show yours, whether you have mental health or not. Just show it and be there and impact. Okay. Thank you for watching. Tune in for more of these incredible videos. I will be adding more relating to mental health about how we can come together as community, about education, and of how we can live. Just live. And remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to everyone, and know that all of us are fighting something. And you never know what someone is fighting, no matter how good they may look on the outside. Don't let that fool you. All right? So be a good human being, be kind, be understanding, and allow people to be human. When they fall apart, let them, help them, and teach them, and be there for them, and watch them grow. All right? Again, thank you for watching. My name is Bernadette Desir. Tune in for more amazing episodes on my podcast. Come back again for more next week. I wish you love, light, life, and peace. Until next time.